Shalom Aleichem, sweetest friends! We are continuing our very special series of Shiurim in the Ma'amari Pachad Yitzchak on Sukkos. And now we are on Maimer Tesvav, Rishima Simchas Beis Hashoeva. Says the Rav, Chasidim Anshe Maisa Yosim B'Shara Amroin. It was the Chasidim and Anshe Maisa, they were the ones who were doing the dancing and the doing. And everybody else would watch. Sugan and Aleph. Hainu, says the Rav, Mishum Shesimcha Zu Makoma Dafka Bebeis HaMikdash. This Simcha, the place was Dafka in the Beis HaMikdash. Usmachtem Lifnei Hashem Elokeichem. And there was a chash to give this Simcha over to the whole nation. So they shouldn't be over on the mitzvah of Moirim Mikdash. There's a mitzvah that has special pachad for the Beis HaMikdash. They didn't want to mess with that. They didn't give it over to stam anybody. Only Chassidim and Anshe Maaseh. And from this we learn that this mitzvah of Simchas Beis Hashoeva is the only mitzvah of Chovos Halavavos that had a gvul of makom. In other words, the Beis HaMikdash. In other mitzvahs, we don't find Hagbalas Makom Shel Beis HaMikdash. Unless it's Chovos HaIvarim. In other words, when we're dealing with Maisim Chovos HaIvarim, then you have certain mitzvahs which are Beis HaMikdash dik. When it comes to Chovos Halavavos, mitzvahs of the heart, the only mitzvah that's mugbal, that's limited to the Beis HaMikdash, is the mitzvah of Simchas Beis Hashoeva. Because Simchas Beis Hashoeva is a simcha that's shaykh to Klolius Knesset Yisrael. As the Rav writes in Maimer Yudalid, that there's a chiluk between the simcha that HaKadosh Baruch Hu samech biyachid mi Yisrael, or at Tzibor, or at Dar Shalem, or Klolius Knesset Yisrael. And it's impossible for a Yachid mi Yisrael, by being Mekayim all the mitzvahs, to be Toim in that Simcha that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is Samech B'Klolius Knesset Yisrael, unless he does Teshuva. Because the whole Iker of Teshuva is the Chesed that a Yachid mi Yisrael is Mamshich on himself, the Havtacha of Kiyum Klolius Knesset Yisrael. As Rafutna writes in the Pachad Yitzchak on Rosh Hashanah, Maimer Ches Os Ches, Kol Baal Teshuva Hoilech V'Nichla B'Malach Hazeh Shel Asidin Yisrael Asas Teshuva. Every Yachid who does Teshuva is included in this Mahalach of Kol Yisrael Asidim Asas Teshuva. And that's the Simcha Yisera of Simchas Beis Hashoeva. Because that's the Simcha of Teshuva, that's why it's done dafka in the Beis HaMikdash, which is the makom of Klolius Knesset Yisrael, Skalus Yisrael. That's where we all come together. And this is the time of Teshuva, after Yom Kippur. This is Teshuva Me'ava, as this farm talk about. And that's why it's dafka the Talmid Chacham who are dancing and everyone else is watching. Because that's the tziyur of Talmid Chacham is Davik B'Torah, and they're Davik bin the Chacham. And that's what Hillel said, Imani kana kol kan. I'm here and everybody's here. That's the klolius of the Simchas Beis Hashoeva. Therefore, the makom is the Beis HaMikdash, and the makom of Klolius Knesset Yisrael, Kedushas HaMakom, which relates to everybody. And it's dafka David shehekim ula shel tshuva, as the Gemara says in Moed Katan Zayin. David lifted up this yoke of tshuva because the Melech is Leiv Kol Kahal Yisrael, the Rambam Hilchos Melachim Perek Gimel Halacha Vav. In other words, the heart of the king is the heart of all those of the Jewish people who were mamlichim, who made him king. And the heart of David is the lave of Klal Yisrael, of Kol Adoros and Kol Azmanim. And therefore it's Dafka David. He's the Yachid Sheshav. He's the one who's Moreh Derech Tshuva L'Yachid, as it says in Avodah Zarah Dalet Amud Beis. This is the time where everybody comes together, and this is through David, whose lave is lave Kol Klal Yisrael Shel Kol Adoros. And Dafka through Tshuva, because Tshuva is also what connects all of Kol Knesset Yisrael, as the footnote talks about in his Ma'amarim and Rosh Hashanah that we mentioned earlier. That every Baal Tshuva is included in this Mahalach of Asid in Yisrael Asas Tshuva. In the Parad Yitzchok on Sukkos, Maimer Tes o Zion, he says there's Simcha B'panim HaTshuva, a Simcha of Tshuva, as Rabbeinu Yonah writes in Shari Tshuva Shari Dalet Os Ches, Shemidake HaTshuva Laharos Simchaso, V'tia loy la'eda al dagoso la'ashmaso v'yigoynoisav la'avoynoisav. And this will be a testimony for his worry about his guilt and his anguish over his sins. And then the other side of that coin is the simcha. As sad as he was about his sins, he's that happy that he can now do tshuva. So normally you have simcha shel mitzvah, the simcha is because of the mitzvah. But here, it's simcha because of the avera. It's the other side of the coin of the avera. And this simcha of tshuva, like we said, is tshuva connects all of Kol Knesset Yisrael. A seedling is Kol Yisrael Asas tshuva. So when a person's samech and the simcha of tshuva, he's samech and the simcha of all of the Jewish people. That's what Hillel said, Imanikan Akolkan, the Klolius, that everybody is here. By Sukkot it says, Ruin Kol Yisrael Leishev B'Sukkah Achas. In theory, we could all sit in one sukkah. The Achdus of Knesset Yisrael. And that's why there's also a Torah of Tshuva, like Rav discusses in the Ma'amarim. We have the Matan Torah of Shavuos, and then the Matan Torah of Yom Kippur, which is Matan Torah of Tshuva. The different Mahalach of Matan Torah. This is Matan Torah of Tshuva, Yom Kippur, followed by Sukkos. Simcha of Tshuva, and then there's the regular Matan Torah, the first Matan Torah. The first one was broken, the second one wasn't broken. The Simcha one lasts forever, the Tshuva one lasts forever. Continue to Maimer to Zion. In Rikud, we only find by Lahedja explicitly in Simchas Chos and Vakala and Simchas Beis Hashoeva. So we know that Kol Marav V'Reach are considered in Halacha the same category. Ein Bo Mamish. Sound, vision, and smell. Nevertheless, there's a Birchas Hanan and on Re'iyah. Certain things you see, you make a bracha. And certain you smell nice smelling things, you make a bracha. But Kol never has a bracha. Because Kol is more Ein Bo Mamish from a Mara and Reach. Kol is more Mara Ein Bo Mamish from a Mara V'Reach. On the other hand, there's nothing that is more Yesh Bo Mamish, nothing that's more concrete, more physical than the body, than the Etzem Metzius Haguf. And what's Rikud? Rikud is you are matim. You make fitting, synchronize the movements of the body to the sound. That's what Rikud is. Synchronizing sound to the movements of the body. So Rikud has this oneg nifla of Hargashat HaTama, the feeling of the synchronization of the mamish yesh bo, of the most yesh bo mamish, and the most ein bo mamish. The sound, which is ein bo mamish, and the body, which is the most physical, which is yesh bo mamish. And now they're working together. The body is working together with the sound. And this shows the hatama klalit, the general synchronization between the yesh and the ein. And this is very deep, very deep. So deep, I don't even get how deep it is. So, sweet friends, if you stay with me, Mir Hashem, in the next mimer, we'll be zeicha to learn about the depth of Rikud, as we started in this mimer. If you zeicha lilmod ulamed lishma v'las l'kaim is called divrei salm to rest of Yahava. Amen v'amen. Shalom, shalom, sweetest, most beloved friends.